All right, it's that time again. Time for the solo overnight in the woods. Got overcast skies, a nice humid day. It's gonna suck, but let's get her done. With that, here's our quick backstory. Went to Lowe's to find some welding wire that I use for my skillets and a couple wire brushes. So I walked around, grabbed that stuff, cruised on my way back through the paint aisle, and I looked down and I saw some tarps. And I thought, you know, I've done canvas tarps before, I've done synthetic tarps, I've done the El Cheapo tarps, but something caught my eye. This one tough drop cloth, and it's 8x11, but looking at it, it says it's durable, reusable, and it's waterproof. And I thought, whoa. It shows a dude standing on it right here, and you know, got a ladder and spilling paint everywhere, slip resistant. It's got a dude flexing. I was like, you know what? I'm all about that. So I want to go ahead and take this and turn it into an actual tarp shelter, but no ordinary tarp shelter. I want to make some type of A-frame shelter where it's rigid, it's stuck into the ground, or, you know, anchored to the ground some way, shape, or form. Drape this thing over top of it. Now, being that it's 8x11, you got a couple options here. You can go 4 foot up, 4 foot down, 11 feet long, or I can go 5.5 feet up, 5.5 feet down, and be 8 foot in length. I might roll with that option. That way we have a higher profile so we can sit up in it. We want more breeze in there because when it does get windy, we want to cool off. The crappy thing about this time of year, whether you're in a tarp, tent, or a hammock, if you don't have airflow, it sucks. So on that note, let's go ahead and check this thing out and then find some sticks for our A-frame shelter. Before we get too far down the trail, the Etsy store is open. Once again, the Etsy store is open. And what do we have this week? We have 100 Corporals Corner hybrid skillets with a new slender handle. Check this bad boy out. This skillet right here has a removable handle, which allows the pan to double as a plate or a bowl. We have a tab right here and a bent handle. Place it on here, locks into place. It's not loose at all. It's a one and done. Now you can flip your eggs, and it's a space saver as well. We got 100 drop into my Etsy store right now, and that link is in my video description box. Get them while you can. Plenty of ways to do this. We got a timber hitch right here, and we're going to simply just go around 3 times. All I'm looking to do is do a bipod lash 3 times like this, and then go in between. You can go in between twice if you want to. You can do it 3 times if you want to. All we did is we went around once. The second pass we crossed over. Now I want to place it underneath that X. Slide it to the top here. We have one bipod for the front of the shelter. We're going to skip the second bipod and attach it directly to this tree. Now you can do that anywhere from waist to chest height. Remember, we have an 8.5x11 tarp. So if we go 11 feet, halfway point is 5.5-ish. So let's drop it down to about 5 foot, about right here, and we'll attach a pole using an arbor knot and then ratchet it down. So we have 8 feet to work with. Let's go ahead and see how long this pole is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and change. That's perfect. Now the outside is kind of like a paperish standard drop cloth. But yeah, there we go. There's that shiny material. If you can see that. Check that out. You can use ordinary duct tape for this. All I'm going to do is get a piece about that big, find the center point, and then sort of wrap the front and the back at the same time. So there's our corner. Just look at what's about half. Place it on there like that, and then fold that corner or that edge over that corner. Oh, you can see what I'm talking about. And then I'll do it again this way, probably 2 times each. So there's one. Now we'll flip it over and do the exact same thing here. Because in reality, all we're doing here is I want this section reinforced. You can see there's a square right there. I want to reinforce that area. I just get this thing opened enough to place that cordage through there. And to be honest, I want something wide like this because I'm sliding 2 pieces of cordage through at the same time. We're going to fold that loop into a bite, pass it through, and this is larger than an awl, so probably more beneficial also to make a larger hole. Here's our loop, pinch it together, there's our bite. Just going to push that bite through that hole. Now place one inside the other, and we created a tie-out point for a tent stake. God, it is hot. Got both these ends open. I got a breeze coming through here, but it is hot. So I'm thinking I'll rest for a few minutes and then go out there, dig a fire pit. Not for a fire tonight, it's just too hot. Say early morning, coffee or something like that, or eggs or something. You know, that nostalgic, romantic campfire? I got a comment on this, okay? I saw this comment posted, and normally I don't respond to comments like this. It's just ridiculous. But it was something along the lines of, there's more to life than tarp shelters and campfires. So here's my response. I agree 100%. I mean, hands down 100%. There's more to life than that. You know, the sad part is the individual making that comment is now in his mid-60s, been on YouTube for 17, 18 years, and is just now coming to that realization. So imagine having that realization about 12 years ago and being able to tap into that market. Missed the boat on that one. But then my mind goes down other avenues of like, I guess they must have missed, 3-4 years of videos on my channel where I'm building stuff off the landscape, dugout shelters, tree houses, wiki ups, underground shelters, mud huts, clay huts, Keebler elf huts, things like that. So, is what it is. I put in the work. I did it. Been there, done that. And most people who say things like that, have comments like that, haven't done that. And they'll show you their bushcrafting skills, their woodworking skills, their survival skills, their living off the land skills, but not do any actual legit builds or long-term or longer-term type shelter situations. That tells me that those skills are showcased most likely to support or have you buy certain items inside their store. Just my humble opinion. Time to get out there and get to work. We got Firewalk, hot and spicy, spam and noodles. Not bad. Not bad at all. Catch you all in a few. Between the helicopters out there and the cicadas, it's making this almost unbearable. So I was asked the question, yes, the Corporals Corner skillet bags are still for sale. I spaced on these and haven't talked about it in a couple months. They're made through Campcraft Outdoors. That link is in my video description box, right next to the Etsy store. Right below it, you're going to see Campcraft Outdoors. Click on it. Should be a direct link right to the bag. And here comes the helicopter. Going on hour number 3. I want to move this stuff inside. There we go. once that center burns out, the sticks tend to fall, so you can just flop them over on top. Kind of like lay them on top there, just in a chaotic fashion. All right, let's go and talk about this shelter. Overall, I'm happy with it. We didn't get the rain that I wanted, but here's what I do like. The material is lightweight. That's a 8.5 by 11, I believe. So we could sit fully upright inside there. You could put 3 people inside there. Best part is the taped out grommets that we made out here in the woods haven't been destroyed at all. And even with the humidity, I can look right here and it's not pulling away at all. So those improvised tie-outs worked out just fine. And that was ordinary duct tape, not Gorilla brand duct tape. So that's a plus. Cheaper tape, and it worked out well. Downside of last night, the humidity sucked. There was 0 airflow, just like right now, I'm sweating. So hanging in a hammock inside of a tent, tarp, or vehicle, if you have no airflow at this time of the year, it's gonna suck regardless, hands down. But the positive note is, this does actually work, and it did its job. And it cost like, I forget, like 20 bucks or something like that. But it opens a door for like home projects. Now I have a reusable tarp that's not gonna tear apart, that I could just go ahead and lay down, move around, and it's 100% waterproof. So again, I'm happy. One last thing before we go here, I mentioned this last week, YouTube no longer pays my bills. I have a welding company, welding business, and that's the meat and potatoes of my income. I sell my skillets on here for people who are in the outdoors, bushcraft, survival, hiking, camping, fishing, RV camping, car camping, put it in your cabin, things like that. Those that purchase one, I appreciate it. It's near and dear to my heart. It took me years to get this going and find a niche that I could do well, and I appreciate everyone who's supporting me. With that said, there's a few individuals that want to play games and take my pictures and alter them into fake ads and parade them around Facebook and Instagram. No one, I said this last week, except myself and Survival Mastery Online has the right to my image. No one else. So if you see that and you're a follower of mine, do me a favor. Click on that photo, go to the 3 dots, and report them for copyright infringement for the use of photos that aren't theirs. There's only 2 things that Facebook jumps on immediately, and that is one of them. The other one we won't talk about at this point. Once you report that individual or individuals, do me a favor, message me on Facebook or Instagram, and depending on who it is, he, she, it, they, or them, I'll show you further ways to report that individual. One last thing about the copyright infringement. If you see that and then somebody blocks you off their page or profile, don't worry, I have all the links saved and I'll give them to you and we can just go from there. On that note, let's go ahead and get out of here. With that, all the gear in my videos can be found in 2 places. 1, my Amazon affiliate page, and 2, my Etsy store. Both links are found inside my video description box. Now please do me that favor. Hit that like and subscribe button, then ring that notification bell. Once you ring that bell, please select all notifications. And as always, thank you for your comments, views, and support. Thanks for watching. Get out in the field, have some fun. I'm going to catch you next time.